Hi everybody, welcome to Off the Record. I'm Craig Wing and I'm here with Tom Angie. Today we are having our first program in a series related to music here in Southern Maine. Our first show, we'll be hearing from John Martinez and Scott Lank, local musicians who play in a duo called QUIET Riot Act.
People smile and tell me I'm the lucky one, and we've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. He will be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a change in love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Seems as though a month ago I was dating a guy, never got high. Oh, I was a sorry guy. Now I smile and face a girl who shares my name. Now I'm through with the game. This boy will never be the same. And even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a change in love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Pisces, Virgo rising is a very good sign. Strong and kind, and a little boy is mine. Now I see a family where there once was none. Yeah, we just begun. Yeah, we're gonna fly to the sun. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a change in love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Love the girl who holds the world in a paper cup. I wanna drink it up. Love her and she'll bring you luck. But if you find she helps your mind, buddy, take her home, yeah. Don't you live alone. Try to earn one lover's own. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a change in love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. till you come home again to stay. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke. My tears I cry for you. I want you here to have and hold as the years go by and we grow old and gray. Expecting me to live without you, but that's not something that I'm looking forward to. I can't get used to living here while my heart is broke. My tears I cry for you. I want you here to have and hold as the years go by and we grow old and gray. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. All I got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. Every time I see your face, it reminds me of the places we used to go. But all I got is a photograph, and I realize you're not coming back anymore. Just got home from Illinois, locked the front door, oh boy. Got to sit down, take a rest on the porch. Imagination sets in, pretty soon I'm singing. Do, 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 looking out my back door. There's a giant doing cartwheels, statue wearing high heels. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. Dinosaur controller, listening to Buck Owens. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Do, 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 wondrous apparition provided by magician. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba. Boom, bum, bum, bum. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Boom, ba-boom, bum, bum. Boom, bum, ba-bum, bum. Boom, bum, 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 bum. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band. Won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Do-do-do-do. Bother me tomorrow. Today I have no sorrow. Do, 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 looking out my back door. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Forward trouble, Illinois. Lock the front door, oh boy. Look at all the happy creatures dancing on the lawn. bother me tomorrow. Today I have no sorrow. Looking out my back door. Looking out my back door. What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that your tie's too wide? Maybe I should buy some old tab collars. Welcome back to the age of jive. Where are you hiding out lately, honey? Can't dress in fashion till you spend a lot of money. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me. What's the matter with the car I'm driving? Can't you tell that it's out of style? Should I get a set of white wall tires? Are you gonna cruise a miracle mile? Nowadays you can't be too sentimental. Your best bet is true, baby blue continental. Hot funk, cool punk, even if it's old junk, it's still rock and roll to me. Whoa, it doesn't matter what they say in the papers, 'cause it's always in the same old scene. There's a new man in town, but you can't get the sound from the story in the magazine. Ain't that your average teen? How about a pair of pink side wipers and a bright orange pair of pants? You could really be a bull Brumble, baby, if you just give it half a chance. Don't waste your money on a new set of speakers and get more mileage from the cheap damn sneakers. Next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyway, it's still rock and roll to me. Oh! What's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Don't you know that they're out of touch? I should have tried to be a straight-A student. If you are, then you think too much. You know about the new fashion, honey. All you need to look is not a whole lot of money. It's the next phase, new wave, dance craze. Anyway, it's still rock and roll to me. Everybody's talking about the new sound, funny, but it's still rock and roll to me.
I have to say that was some of the best performances I've ever seen today on video, and I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Right on.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, I mean, our fans out there would like to know a little about you guys, and we'll get into depth as we go here. And Tom Angie, our trusted sidekick here, will throw in a few dishes himself. How did you guys get into music? People would like to know, like, you know, from childhood all the way up to this. Like, what was probably your biggest influence of why I wanted to
Oh
be
my
a
gosh!
musician?
I started with Elvis Presley, I think, and the Beatles. Growing
Right.
up listening to all kinds of record albums my mom and dad had. It was the days before MTV, so we'd have to play any records that are going on in the house, and I learned to turn on to all kinds of great music, especially a lot of old classic, oldies rock and roll.
Now, would you say
country.
that was your influence for playing a guitar, or just
Probably the Beatles and all the greats. You know.
right? And
I loved music. I didn't think to actually perform music at the beginning. It came when someone said, "Hey, you're pretty good," from singing with my records, and I went from there.
I'd have to say, like, you never took any music lessons.
No,
Like,
no.
I just think it was like kind of God gifted. Like, your voice is really incredible
Well,
throughout
thank you
these
for saying
years.
so. And it is a
I'm just
natural
saying
thing.
with no formal training. It
No, just keep doing it for,
Just keep doing
for
it.
40
Practice
years
makes
without
perfect.
stopping.
yeah. I would have to say, is this some of the advice you would give to people that are aspiring to be, as good as you?
It's a lot of
at
rehearsing.
singing?
It's a lot of putting things to its paces and learning things and not being afraid to change keys and just having an overall enthusiasm for the music.
Yeah. And like, how long do you think that you guys have been performing in front of an audience? Like, I mean, you guys did your craft.
We've been, he played as
and each
a
of you have
solo,
done, yeah.
And we had Riot Act. So I was looking for something a little bit more low key. And he was a local musician that played the exact kind of music that I wanted to play. Not because I thought it was going to make a lot of money and everything. This is my favorite music.
Right.
And it was able to evolve into something that's now 12 years.
And that's a wonderful thing about playing on the patios and stuff. We meet a lot of folks that come every year, come back every year, and they look us up and they love to see us play. And they say that we bring back wonderful memories for them.
Just getting into that, I mean, obviously, it's like, how did you become a front man? And you guys became partners in doing your thing. You just kind of answered that question. But let's just tell people, where have you been performing? Like, can you just tell us, like, obviously you're playing Old Orchard Beach quite a bit. Could you just tell us some of the venues that you guys play in? Some of your favorite venues? And
one of our favorite venues is the Brunswick Hotel
Right.
in Old Orchard Beach. It's been a wonderful spot for us for many years.
Right.
We've played a regular weekly show there for several years now. And people keep coming to see us, and they tell their friends, and they keep coming back. So we're doing something right, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I have had the pleasure of seeing you too, and so hasn't Tom. And we have to say that place is just absolutely mobbed.
Yeah, especially in the summer, on the patio, on
I
the
don't think
deck,
that you guys
with
could-
the moon rising.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it's just
so
the
packed
beautiful
down there.
atmosphere.
Now,
So
how
we also play at the Porthole, and we do private parties.
Yep.
So, the private party is always a wonderful thing. They're predisposed to just love you already. So the love really you can get notched up high.
It gives
So
us a
it's good.
chance to play for their friends. They come up and see us at the hotel, at the Brunswick and different places, and they go back from their vacations. They tell their friends, "Oh, you got to see this band," and they show some videos and stuff. They come back the next year, which is kind
Yeah,
of fun.
I mean, basically, how long have you guys been playing together? I
Since
mean,
2005.
Yeah.
2005. How many years would that be?
It's almost 12.
That's 14.
14?
14.
I guess my math is off. But it's been a long, long time, and it's evolved. I'd say that the last 8 years have been our most successful.
Yeah, I would say
where
that.
we really came together and learned that many more songs. Once you have
Yeah, I'd like to,
the
how did you
100
guys
songs,
kind of
yeah,
stumble
200.
across each other? I mean, did you guys...
Well, we've been friends. I've been friends with you, with everybody in Old Orchard Beach for many,
Right.
many years. And it started out, I think, that you sat in with my old band Windows
Yeah.
for a couple songs.
Down at the Crazy Clam or something, yeah.
Yeah, and one time I was playing solo, and he came down and sat in with me for a couple songs.
Right.
And so we just became friends, and that's where it all begins. And people say, "Oh, you guys sound pretty good together."
That's
and I said,
nice.
"Thank you." And well, you want a job?
Yeah, you want a job?
And Tom, would you like to ask one of these questions?
Well, you have other guys playing with you when you play out also.
That's true. I've noticed.
Not as quiet, right? Oh, yeah. Well, I guess
Well,
we do.
can you tell us a little about? I see other people.
We have
playing with you.
my former member of Windows, John LaHoo, who vacations in Thailand every winter.
Wow.
He comes back in the summertime and sits in with us on Sunday afternoons, and he adds a third harmony, adds an extra element to the band, which
He plays also lead solos.
Yes.
guitar.
Very cool.
Nice.
And he's been a fixture in Old Orchard Beach for many years. He's
Yep.
been in many bands through the years, and just another mutual friend of
Yeah.
ours.
And many other friends have come in and have played with us. But we're a duo that invites any of our musician friends to come up because it's a very low key, very nonchalant, very relaxed atmosphere that nobody has to feel nervous about being under the gun. So it's been
We try to treat it like
Very
our living
cool.
room, like
Right.
invite people over to hang out. And
Well,
it's
as we're
fun.
talking about that, I mean, how do you practice and when do you practice?
We practice at home in front of the computer, in front of our records, and we discuss different songs and whose voice suits certain parts and whose parts for harmony. It's an evolving thing. We try songs. Some songs work out, and some don't work out so well.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how you kind of pick your material for your sets. Like,
I think we start with just, we love this song.
is there
Sometimes a
something?
request. We get a request from somebody and we don't know it, and we'll go back. Hey, remember that request we got? what do you think about maybe learning that song? We go to it and check it out, and then we come back the following week or 2 weeks later and we play the song for them, and they're like, oh, you remembered, and it kind of gives a little bit of a
It
connection.
endears you to them,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, even more.
Now, for both of you, this is an interesting question. I mean, what is it that you like the most about performing? I'm sure there's several different aspects.
The girls.
The girl.
No.
Yes, number one.
I mean, adulation is something to be to see, but I'll tell you, I'm lucky in that I can actually get that feeling. You know how some people, they say, you know, that feeling, that outer body, and they're always trying to get to the, oh, you know, that musical experience. I actually am able to tap into that, and when I do feel it, it's
in the zone.
It's exhilarating, you know. It's like a drug.
And it's got to be an instant gratification, too.
Yeah.
Like people going, you're great. Or they really enjoy it and they come up and say, oh, we really love
Well, it's a
what you're
feeding.
doing.
It's like we give
The
to them,
energy,
they give
right.
it back to us.
Yeah.
So
And
if you
like-
give them the energy, yeah.
and with each other too. When he's really gets really excited about something, it excites me,
Yeah.
and vice versa. We get excited about something, and it
And you
just
can
makes
feel
for
the
a good
crowd.
performance.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's an energy thing.
And if we make a mistake, we smile at each other, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Now, what do you think, we were discussing, what do you think is the hardest part about performing? Would it be the setup?
Well, it
other
depends, like
things.
on the crowd. Like if the crowd is predisposed to really listen, then that's optimum. If they're at a, sometimes you're at a party and they're not really paying attention to you, the hardest part is to keep your energy level and your, you know, when
Right.
they seem disinterested.
Right.
Or interested in something else while you're playing.
And I think everybody runs into that a few times
Yeah.
in their life, but
you just
Try
have
and
to keep
keep it at a
playing,
minimum.
have fun.
If
As
you're
long as
not-
we're having fun, everybody else will
Yeah,
catch
yeah.
up with us.
Like the musicians on the Titanic, you just keep on playing.
You just keep playing.
yeah. Hopefully we're not on the Titanic anytime soon, but you never know.
Save your place on the lifeboat.
And when you guys are playing, I mean, obviously, what are some of your favorite songs that you just like go, oh, I look forward to it. It makes everything just go along smoothly. I mean, for example, is it some Beatles songs or?
Well, that's high
do
up
you
there.
have-
Yeah,
Yes, I mean,
but the songs I like the best, and I think that we enjoy the most, are the ones that create the energy that we're talking about. Like once that energy starts to go back and forth, those are the songs that you say, that's a keeper. That's
Right.
one that's one of
We
my
like
favorites.
sing-alongs, people to sing along with us and get encouraged. And
but it's some, I
raise a
mean,
glass and have a
here's
good
something I
time.
like something like "Sweet Caroline" by Neil
Right.
Diamond. Is that something?
Audience
it seems to be
enthusiasm.
like that. Seems
Oh,
to
yeah.
be a huge.
And we do
crowd
that
pleaser.
one, but we also do "Love on the Rocks."
Yeah,
Now that's
yeah,
a
that's
song
Similar
that you
to Sarah,
wouldn't
a
think,
little bit, yeah.
That must be really, really unique to do that.
right?
song,
Because
so I
not
haven't
too
heard
many
that
other
one.
people do it.
And we try to choose those songs that are obscure that a lot of other bands don't cover, or just bands that time forgot. You know, there's a lot of one-hit wonders out there that make some wonderful music, and people have forgotten about those songs. You know? So we love to dust them off, and I'm playing for people, and people go, "Oh wow, I remember that song. I haven't heard it for 30 years, but I like that song." You know.
Yeah,
And I
by
like the best-
photograph.
You guys seem to really enjoy working with each other, and your
Absolutely.
harmonies are really, really fantastic. I mean, I noticed that myself, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really, really."
And that's the best. That's my favorite part of
Yes.
playing with him.
Oh, yeah.
His guitar playing is a gimme.
Yep.
But the fact that we can harmonize on almost every
It just
song,
gives
we
me those-
add harmonies when there's none.
It
We
gives
just
me
add
those
them.
chills.
Yeah, we make it our own.
Make it our own, and that's
Yeah.
I think one of the things that sets us apart because there's so many people playing, and we're gonna overlap songs here and there.
I mean, you look at all the major groups like the Beatles, the Eagles, the Bee Gees, and ABBA. What do they have? They have the harmonies,
Right.
and that's what makes you.
Well, we're
go,
not afraid
"Oh,
to ad lib
yes."
too. Sometimes a song will not have a certain harmony or a phase that it goes into, but we'll take liberty on doing that because we'll make it our own, and people will eventually get comfortable with the versions that we do. Sometimes it's funny. I go back and listen to the recordings of the original song, and like, oh my God, we're way off base.
Yeah, right.
But people say, oh, I love your version better. So we try to get as close to the original as we can, but then we get
keeping the spirit.
As we really realize, they're just songs that are written, and anybody can perform them.
Yeah, they're open
and
for
you could
interpretation.
perform them better than the original artist, just like
Yeah.
some people do cover covers and re-record them. I think Pretty Woman's
Find their own voice in
Yeah,
it,
it becomes your own song later.
And after 14 years, then we have such a plethora of songs. It's like there's so many now.
We put in rotation. We pull out songs. We don't play a lot of the same songs every night. We do a lot of them, but we mix it in with, I say, half of the songs.
So say we do 35, 37 songs.
We'll mix in 15 songs from the previous night, and then some other songs, 15 from other
Other nights,
on the
yeah.
list, and
Keep it a
we
little
eventually
fresh.
get to them all. Eventually, people request songs. We'll play something we haven't played that in 10 years. Do you remember it? I think so. And we'll count it off and go into it. And sometimes it comes off without a hitch.
Now, as we're talking about your dual act right now, I mean, maybe you could tell the audience out there, you had mentioned to me that you're playing at the Brunswick on a regular basis.
Yeah, we
Maybe
play the
they
Brunswick.
would like to know.
We're
what
doing
that
every
is.
Sunday afternoon
Really?
from 3 to 7
Yes.
during the spring months. And then summertime, come, I think, mid-May, mid-June, somewhere there, we switch to an evening show where we do 7 to 11 on a weekly basis. They do afternoon show. They have shows twice daily in the summertime where they have a different act
Right.
playing.
And spring and summer will be here very soon.
That's when the people come.
Yes.
That's when the weather, everybody's looking for nice weather.
Oh, yes. Now, we kind of talked about this before a little bit, but I mean, just getting personally, who are your inspirations for your journey in the music? Like, for me, it would be like something like Paul McCartney. It was like the driving force
I would agree with that.
of a role model.
I think one of the things we have in common, all of us, is that are just Beatles.
Beatles
So-
is like the Bible
Yeah.
of music.
Just all those great classics growing up from the 50s to today. I mean, we were lucky to be born when we were born, to be exposed to all this wonderful music. We weren't too late, we weren't too early. We kind of got it all. We kind of get it, you know.
Right.
And the thing about great, wonderful music is it's timeless. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, me, I wanted to emulate the people who I thought I could sound like, but back when I was younger. So like, I was trying when I decided that I'm going to be a singer. I started singing with Bob Seger, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin. And then as I found my voice, especially in the last 14 years, as I found my voice and being able to croon a little bit, I found like Cat Stevens and, you know,
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. I was thinking of the song we did earlier, Kenny Loggins and Messina. You know, like you really kind of hone your
I
craft.
mean, even I've heard you do Journey before.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And speaking of that, I mean, tell us about your other endeavors. I mean, you guys have this business relationship together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hear that you have a classic rock orchestra.
Yeah, that's something that happened just recently in the last 2 years.
Could you tell us about it a little bit?
It's like a bucket list thing.
Right.
I got to play with the Portland Symphony Orchestra. I did play with another orchestra in Tennessee, and I just got a phone call and to do a benefit for the Breakwater School from a friend of a musician friend who was around when we were doing our thing back in Big Sound Studios. His name is Joe Boucher, and he called me up and he put the whole thing together, and he put me in cahoots with all these wonderful musicians. And I've had nothing but some of the best times I've had in music doing
And
it.
for our
It's
listeners
wonderful,
out there, we'll try to put a couple of clips of that in real soon here in a matter
And it's
of
all
minutes.
based on classic rock.
Yeah, and there's a young lady, Susie Pepper, who sings alongside with me, and she is.
Could you just
She
tell
is
us some?
absolutely-
Give us like a few of the song ideas that you do in the rock orchestra. Like, what would we
Kansas,
expect?
Carry On My Wayward Son.
Right.
I do Styx, Come Sail Away.
Wow.
Journey, Open Arms, Don't Stop Believing.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
He's just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere.
I'm gonna have to go see this
I am
myself.
telling you, and
Then
she
there's
does.
Boston Electric Light Orchestra, Pat
Right.
Benatar.
Heart.
You do Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah,
as
we do
well?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light
Oh,
together.
wow.
We do Leather and Lace together.
Lovers forever, face to face. My city on mountain, stay with me, stay. I need you to love me, I need you today. Give to me your letter, take from me my lace.
You in the moonlight with your sleepy eyes. Could you ever love a man like me? You were right when I walked into your house. I know I never want to leave. Sometimes I'm a strong man, sometimes cold and scared, sometimes I cry. But that time I saw you, I knew with you I'd light my life. Somehow I'd get by.
Lovers forever, face to face. My city on mountain, stay with me, stay. I need you to love me, I need you today. Give to me your letter, take from me my lace.
Where would these performances be? Are they coming up soon, or there's
Yeah,
is
there's
there a
one at the
string of
Landing
them?
in Scarborough in March, which
March
is
23rd,
coming right up.
coming right up,
I'm
yeah.
playing one at Vinegar Hill in Arundel, the Vinegar Hill
July.
Theater in July, and we're playing at the Deer Trees in Harrison, Maine, which is up near past Sebago. And these are wonderful.
Now, do you ever go out of state, or does it stay here?
Well, we've gone to Tennessee. We went to
Wow.
to do with a full orchestra, and we've gone to Massachusetts also.
Wow. And then how much would a cost of a ticket be?
It varies because these places like at Merrill Auditorium, you could get a seat for $30, or you could get a seat for $300.
Oh, wow.
The people at the Vinegar Hill, I think it's around 30.
Right. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about for endeavors?
For myself, I do solo whenever the band's
That's-
playing,
that's
whenever
right.
Johnny's more busy with Riot Act or Classic
Right.
Rock Orchestra.
Yep.
Much as I'd love to come out and see I saw 2 Classic Rock Orchestras.
wow.
Yeah.
And I loved both shows, and I'm a big fan. And but I do solo acoustic whenever I can.
That's
but
right.
for the most part, my focus is on Quiet Riot Act.
That's right. You
and
guys have a
working on-
big season coming up for the summer.
Yeah, we're psyched. And we're actually busy starting to rehearse new material too, and also to go over some of the loose ends of some of the other things that we've forgotten about.
Now, of course, I mean, I would like to play with you guys on the show, maybe a couple of songs.
Oh,
So,
definitely, we'd
what
love
song
that.
should we play? I think we'll probably do a few Beatles songs.
Absolutely.
And, you just mentioned Kansas.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do that. and
We do
we'll
a
film that for
wonderful
you.
version of it. I do that in the Classic Rock Orchestra too.
Yes, I mean, I'm definitely going to check it out this
Good.
time.
Then you're in.
We're going to bring Mr. Tom Angie, and
Yeah.
we'll have that. And down the future, I guess, it's like, how long do you see yourself performing in this business?
Long as I can stand.
Forever?
As long as I can sing,
Which is fine.
as long as I can play, and as long as I have a love for it, I think that we'll always have a love for it.
Right.
We may get to a certain point where we do less and less shows,
Like, let me ask you a couple questions. I mean,
but
you've
I don't
got-
see that happening anytime soon.
Right, right. As far as the rock and roll business, I mean, you probably, I don't know, like, with the full, playing out with like Riot Act and stuff like that, would you say you enjoy doing the acoustic thing a little more? Or,
There's
I
a
mean,
different aspect of it. Like a concert experience is for me, performing it creates a different buzz than this. What we do is very personal, and we're very close to them. They come up
intimate
to us. It's
experience.
very intimate. The Riot Act show or the Classic Rock Orchestra shows are more concert type situations where you don't feel quite as close. And that's why I think that as I get older too, you know, I mean, when I was young, all I wanted to do was rock. You know, I mean, I just didn't want. I never even wanted to sit down. You know, so as I got older and I found my voice too, like I wasn't able to do what I do now 15, 20 years ago. I'd like to think I could, but I realized that us playing for such a long time without stopping has increased my ability to croon and to really find my voice that I wasn't screaming anymore. I could tone it down.
I'll add that I think a variety of things for Johnny is a balance. You know, you get to rock out with a rock band, get to mellow out with an acoustic band, classic rock orchestra. I mean, he's kind of doing a little, living the dream of all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
And who knew it took 55 years?
And I foresee that as we get older, I think we'll be doing, instead of doing like 4-hour shows, maybe doing 3-hour shows or 2.5-hour shows, maybe less shows.
Till it's one song. $1 million.
Yeah. No, I have to
But
say
I think
that
we'll
you
be
guys,
doing it as long as they want us.
You guys are very, very talented, and I really
Thank you for having us
appreciate.
today.
Well, you know where we are now.
And I do, and I want to get back to you know, some of your contact information so that people can like follow you. I mean, we can put that up on the screen later, but like, how do we find out about you two?
Quiet Riot Act
Is
On
that
Facebook.
Yeah.
Quiet Riot Act?
And I have a
on
link
Facebook?
on www.riotact.com and classicrockorchestra.com.
Right.
All the
So-
info's there. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll have some more songs for you to hear on the show today. But is there anything more that you would like to add, Tom, or do we?
What do you guys do in your spare time when you're not gigging?
What do? I watch television, Facebook.
Drink coffee.
Yeah. I have an endeavor.
And do you still rollerblade?
I do. It hurts like that.
Yes, yes.
It hurts. The old calf muscles ain't what they used to be. But I actually, you know, I'm married, you know, and we go on vacations. You know, I still have, you know, business endeavors that I do. I try to keep it so that music is my main focus, and just trying to, you know, get to the point where I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and not have to worry about
Enjoying life.
Yeah,
Living the
not have to
dream.
worry about it.
Living a dream. Well, thank you for coming on the show today. We really, really enjoyed this, and I'm
Thank
sure
you for
the
having us,
listeners
guys.
out
Really
there
appreciate
will
it.
enjoy this
Awesome.
too. And remember, you can catch these guys all summer long down
Come
at
on,
the
see
Brunswick,
us.
and you must go see them because they're just phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Mr. John Martinez and Mr.
Thank you,
Scott
guys.
Ray for coming
Thank
on
you
our
very
show.
much. Thanks for having
And
us
they
today.
will be back for the next show.
Thank you, Johnny.
So, thank you
My
very
pleasure,
much, ladies
brother.
and gentlemen. Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I said, it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I said, it's alright. It's alright. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. Yes, I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I'll get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do I feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? Oh, I'll get by with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I get high with a little help from my friends. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. I want somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know that it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I just want someone to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Ooh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends. With a little help from my friends. People smile and tell me I'm the lucky one, and we've just begun. Think I'm gonna have a son. He will be like she and me, as free as a dove, conceived in love. The sun is gonna shine above. Even though we ain't got money, I'm so in love with you, honey. Everything will bring a change in love. And in the morning when I rise, bring a tear of joy to my eyes and tell me everything is gonna be alright. Seems as though a month ago I was dating a guy, never got high. Oh, I was sorry